lock in.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Sheldon Rankins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops. And he's going to go down again. Alex Anzalone in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Look at the spin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
36.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Lock in, lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's brought in by Kevin White. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On the left side, a catch by White. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Trubisky will come up here first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Trubisky with a give to Howard, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cameron Jordan in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. 37 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Ingram. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
go. Ready. 90. We go 21. 21. You're good. You're good. Right full. Ready.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll make it third down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
You see it? You see it?
Now Trubisky to throw on second. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Trubisky will throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
You see it? You see it?
Out of the gun, Trubisky staying on his feet. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Taken right around the 44. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now this time Breeze will throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
We're go. Lock in. Go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Breeze. And Watson has it right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. An incomplete and excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. Onto the field now come the Bears. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready? You ready? Easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
You're good. Back forward. Ready? Go down.
The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Hey, easy. 95-56, 95-56.
Now Breeze on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Kill.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
You're good. Right forward, ready. Ready, push it.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
To throw, it's Breeze. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. They find some open field here. He's at the 40. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 99 yards. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Ingram again. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Again, it's Kamara, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now a play fake. Breeze. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Easy.
They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Lock in, lock in.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He sets to fire. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Kill.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
You're good, you're good. Right forward, ready. 12.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze leads this one with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Kill.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Puts this one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, gotta go.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
something I don't know. Like